We're about to take you inside a very strange case that started out with a woman vanishing and then turning up 400 miles away. Her lawyer says it was at the hands of kidnappers who let her go because they felt guilty. But tonight, police are investigating whether those kidnappers were, well, imaginary. Here's ABC's Aditi Roy.
Tonight, a puzzling turn in the case of the alleged real-life gone girl. 29-year-old Denise Huskins, a physical therapist from Vallejo, California, claimed she was kidnapped from her boyfriend's home. But police claimed her mysterious disappearance was nothing but a hoax, which drew comparisons to the Hollywood blockbuster Gone Girl.
My wife, Amy Elliott Dunn, disappeared 3 days ago.
But tonight, Denise Huskins' attorney says he has proof his client isn't a liar, but a victim, and that her kidnappers are still on the loose.
I have come to receive a 15-page, single-spaced email from the kidnappers.
Speaking with ABC News, Huskins' attorney characterized a stunning manifesto. He says the alleged kidnappers emailed to the San Francisco Chronicle after Huskins suddenly turned up safely on Wednesday, 2 days after her boyfriend, Aaron Quinn, reported she was abducted from his Vallejo, California home.
They talked very extensively about how they prepared for it, what weapons to use. This email, for lack of a better term, blew my mind.
Those new emails, apparently from the anonymous kidnappers, have brought the case back into the spotlight. In the manifesto, the alleged kidnappers claim to have used a strobe light and red laser beams to subdue the victim. The attorney also claims the kidnappers used a dog shock collar to prevent the victim from yelling out. In that letter, the group compares itself to the crew from Ocean's 11.
This town, your luck can change just that quickly.
Calling themselves college-educated career criminals who say they only nabbed Huskins as a dry run so they could kidnap higher-profile victims in the future. In fact, they say Huskins wasn't even their intended target.
They felt terribly when they discovered that it was her. But yet, since this was a training mission, they decided to carry it out regardless.
The reason the alleged kidnappers say they sent the email? Regret.
They didn't want to harm her. And in fact, during the course of this, what they say is it became a case of reverse Stockholm syndrome, where they felt badly for her.
It's the latest twist in what investigators are calling a baffling case that started nearly a week ago. Last Monday, March 23rd, Huskins was reported missing, her family devastated.
It's like a bad dream and I can't wake up.
And the police were baffled.
We are treating this matter as a kidnap ransom.
Authorities say the physical therapist was abducted in the early morning, but it wasn't until 1:55 that afternoon, 10 hours later, that Denise's 30-year-old boyfriend, Aaron Quinn, called to report it, claiming he witnessed the whole thing but couldn't instantly report it because he later said he was bound and drugged by at least 2 assailants.
He was essentially saying that the female, Miss Huskins, was forcibly taken against her will from the residence.
The next day, a stunning break in the case when the San Francisco Chronicle reporting it received an email with what appeared to be a hostage recording from Huskins.
My name is Denise Huskins. I'm kidnapped. Otherwise, fine.
She also mentioned recent news events.
Earlier today, there was a plane crash in the Alps. 150 people died.
Along with a ransom request for $8,500. Henry K. Lee is the reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle who received the manifesto that details the specific amount of the ransom.
They said that they chose the $8,500 ransom because it falls below the $10,000 federal reporting requirement. That is, if you deposit any amount of money above $10,000, that triggers forms and a requirement to tell the government. So they're saying, hey, we went below that threshold so that no one would find out.
But it was Wednesday morning when the supposed kidnapping case took the shocking twist. Denise Huskins magically reemerged, eerily following the same storyline of Hollywood's Gone Girl. She was found alive and well by police 400 miles away at her father's apartment in Southern California, after she says her captors dropped her off.
Miss Huskins indicated that she would be happy to meet with our police detectives.
When the police and FBI made arrangements to fly her back to Northern California, she disappeared again.
As of right now, we have not heard from Miss Huskins, and we are no longer in contact with any of the family members.
As police began investigating the claims of Huskins, serious doubts were raised.
Our investigation has concluded that none of the claims has been substantiated.
On Thursday, Huskins resurfaced with a lawyer, even participating in a 5-hour police interrogation. But as police weigh the evidence, the court of public opinion is skeptical.
Everything about this kidnap screams out hoax. She was returned without the kidnappers ever getting any ransom money. She gave a proof of life audio file. She basically says, I'm fine, I've been kidnapped. No. Everything sounds phony.
Rappaport wouldn't tell us how he got the email or show us its contents, but ABC News was able to see it from another source.
Because when you read this email, you'll see that this is a terrible problem for public safety, and that Denise was just the first victim.
As for Denise Huskins and Aaron Quinn, the couple could face criminal charges if prosecutors believe they made up the kidnapping claims, which they both deny.
Now, these are all allegations. It may very well turn out that Denise Huskins was really kidnapped by gentlemen bandits who never got their money.
For Nightline, I'm Aditi Roy in Los Angeles.
Okay, so now you've seen the evidence. What do you think? Is this kidnapping case real or a hoax? Head to our Nightline Facebook page and let us know what you think.